The economy, they done gave out so many millions of dollars. The minute he said he gonna give out money, I said, now this is just me and wisdom talking to me and telling I said to myself, and I told my clients, I said, watch when he give out that money. I even made a video about it. I said, some of y'all going back to work before y'all think. you know, some of y'all going back to work before y'all think. I said, the minute he give out all them trillions and billions and millions and squillions of dollars, oh, he gonna start sending people back to work. He is pretty much, and a lot of these governors, they are in cahoots with Trump. Not in a bad way, but they talk and they're discussing these types of matters. And I just saw it. I said, I know it's going to happen. They're going to send us back before. So I mean, it seems like we are just got to get adjusted to this new norm, into this entire COVID-19 and these mass pandemic situations pass away. A lot of people probably going to have to. It was very stressful for me at first, not necessarily the financial strain, but just the mental and stress strain. It was very difficult for a lot of us to convert our regular businesses to being pretty much ran online. I'm still working on some different things. It's going to be a lot of us. If and this is the type of time, if you don't know, if you're not internet savvy, you might not make it. And if you're not internet savvy, you may need to hire somebody. They got plenty of people out there. A lot of different marketing groups. They got a lot of different companies out there that can help you market your business, and just keep you relevant and in your customers' eyes. Okay, one of the other problems is that a lot of us got bills, 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 bills. I know y'all heard of that song by Beyonce and Destiny's Child. Can you pay my bills? I know it's a lot of people right now. They wish somebody would pay their bills. And a lot of people are talking about, why don't you just wait around for the money to come? Another things I've been seeing in some of the comments on Facebook. Some of y'all rich business owners, y'all just squander all y'all money. Don't worry about what we do, okay? A lot of y'all barely managing y'all $1,200 stimulus package. You probably done spent it up already on crabs and God knows what else. Okay, I hear a lot of people buying their children different. I'm saying Nintendo games, but buying your children video games, shoes, shopping, girl, just buying. Some of y'all probably buying some bundles and wigs, since some of y'all ain't going to get hairstylists. I guess you got to do what you do, but just saying, a lot of people, this is just speaking of pandemics, just spend a lot of money in general and excessively is an epidemic in America. That's why they got the top 1 to 3% of people, and everybody else just fall pretty much by the wayside. Most people, fall into under, I believe, the 50 or 70%. My uncle, he's a multimillionaire. He's written books, and he has a book called Money Management. His name is Curtis Banks, and he is on Amazon, and he educates people. And I've been educating myself, and I'm glad that I listen to people like him. And there's this other guy. Oh, I like him so much. I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of it right now, but he is just amazing. He is so funny. I really do enjoy this guy. Watch him on YouTube. He is very entertaining. Oh, Dave Ramsey. And some people call him extremist. Now I will tell you, he is a Trump supporter. I think he supports Trump. I don't care what people support. I'm open to everybody. I don't pass judgment on what people do, who they support, what religion they are. More power to you. And he is in I think he's like I forgot what they call it, an evangelist type of evangelical. He's an evangelical. But he pretty much just lays down the format and the different things that people should be doing to save money, so that they are not going into debt. And I'm glad I listened to those people. Those people have helped me save money. So even though when things got slower, I was not necessarily worried as much. But thanks to these people. So financial literacy, that's a big thing, especially during times like these. Especially for African Americans and people of color, we need to keep growing in these areas. Now back to why many of us aren't prepared to shut down for 1 to 3 months. And I was listening. I watch a lot of seminars. Guess what one of the biggest reasons are? Some of y'all probably can write in the comments. One of the biggest reasons is that a lot of us don't charge enough. You heard it. And are unable to compensate for the high overhead. And yes, I did say overhead. Mostly businesses are struggling. They are, there was a study, I believe it's over 50%, or even maybe more than that. They are, they're barely breaking even. That's the terminology that they call it. So they're barely breaking even. So something like this is catastrophic for people not to work 1 to 3 months. So this is very deep. Another problem that a lot of business people are dealing with. I'm just trying to help educate people out there why they feel like some of us need to stay at home for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, 18 months till they make a cure. The other thing is that we spending a lot of money at a lot of especially in the Black community. We're not supporting a lot our own, and we're a lot of times in other cultures. A lot of people out here of color, they are discriminated upon by receiving these grants. And this behalf studies, a lot of people, they are probably 5 to 10 times more eligible to receive grants and other loans for being a non-U.S. citizen and other people who are not of color, African American especially, are dealing with this issue. And, if sometimes you don't have the capital, you can't make this place look lit or, just making it look like it's just so lavish and all these things, unless you just want to pour all your money into the shop. There are some business owners who do that. However, I worked for this one lady and she made tons of money, honey. And she said, that's one thing I'm just not going to do. I refuse to put $30,000 or $50,000 into this actual building. And I mean, that's neither here or there. It depends on the person. So that's another issue. And but some of these people, when they do get these grants, especially other people of other races, and other things, people credit ain't together. That knocks a lot of us out of the ballpark right there. So sometimes the race issue, getting a lot of discrimination from the banks, just a lot of things going on. A lot of people feel like sometimes African Americans preach a lot of Psalm stories, but this stuff, there's studies on this. It's a lot of, these are facts. These are facts, not just opinions. Okay, these are some of the other things, and I'm being funny today. A lot of y'all won't even give y'all's hairstylists a $5 tip, or even give them a review. A lot of the largest businesses that you see online, especially some of the chains and stuff, people just write. I mean, that food don't even be that good. Look at McDonald's and all these other places making y'all sick. That's probably why some people catch a corona sooner than what they got to. When I was on when I was on this platform, and I was what was I? I'm trying to think of the correct name. I was on a town hall, and they were saying one of the reasons why Black people are getting more susceptible to this disease is because of our diet and the lack of insurance. So a lot of stuff always stems back to being misinformed, not educated, and not making enough money. So that's why a lot of us are dealing with these issues. But y'all sitting up there, y'all making all these 5-star restaurants. I mean, getting all these restaurants 5 stars, and then some of the mom and pop stores, the smaller businesses. I got clients. I've had a couple of them, and guess what? Y'all probably not my clients no more. Y'all got to appreciate people, okay? They will not write a review for you, and they become you for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just not right. And you will write a review like this at a big, large establishment. That's why some of these businesses, they're just not doing well. The community sometimes not supporting minority business until it just really goes well, and unless they have a big funding and all these big following on social media, huge, having a lot of endorsements through different celebrities. So just make sure that you give back to your community. Okay, so now we're going to move on. I have a lot of different things to talk about, but we can't be here all day long. Okay. The other thing is that, going back to not supporting, I had also some clients who said that, hairstylists make too much for them. Not, y'all getting paid like y'all a doctor. That's why I call myself the weave doctor. And it shouldn't be about that. A lot of you guys patronize some of these other companies. They're multi-millions. Ruth Chris, I forgot it's another burger joint that's in DC. Got, I think it's Shack or some type of Shack. They got over 20 something $million too. Y'all supporting all these big businesses and doing things like that. And y'all not worried about if the waiter or the manager in the back making more money than you and you college degreed. I mean, some stuff is just petty. We got to really get past these things if we want to move towards the future and help to build a strong economical force within our community. Okay, so now some of the things that I guess one of the biggest questions is, what should businesses do now? And this is what I suggest. Be as safe as you can. Educate yourself on sanitation, disinfectant, and cross-contamination. Just today, I was just saying, and I see why Hogan is being so strict on this. I commend him for that. That's good for him. It might not feel well to a lot of us, but just the fact you just going from one area to the next, touching one, I can just put my food down and somebody just sat in that chair. What if they coughed and sneezed on that? What if their hands were dirty? It's just so much, it's just a lot going on. So, wherever you decide to go, even some of the clients and stuff, just make sure they're being extra clean. If they're not, then don't go back. Because you don't want to put yourself in harm's way, and you don't. And us being as business owners, we should try our best during this time to help others feel more protected. Now, I done dropped some of my information. Today I worked extremely hard. It was just, I felt like I was just like number one, I felt like a maid. Then I was feeling like a doctor. I mean, this almost seemed like it just was never ending. Just a bunch of wiping down and cleaning. I mean, this type of work, we're gonna have to start changing our title now on our job. So that was one thing. I'm looking for some of my other information to load up. This is and one of the facts while I'm trying to find my other information that I wrote is that we need to just, I was watching, as again I was saying, I watched different seminars. We might just have to get with the program as far as with this with the government. It's like I felt like one week, it was like every other week Hogan was saying something, Donald Trump was saying something. It was like if it wasn't one thing, it was what my mom would say, 10 to the next. Every day they got a new saying of they got a new rule. They got this going on. If you got more than 50 people, if you got more than 10 people, if you got this going on, if you got a side piece kick in the back, eating chips. It just seemed like it was going on and on and on. I'm mad now. My stuff is not loading. So now I just pretty much have to go off of my head. What was else on the, we talked about some of the things that salon people are going to have to do. Some people, you can get a side job if you want. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I watched, when I was listening to David Ramsey, he said a lot of us should avoid loans during this time. There are going to be a bunch of predatory loans, honey. Today, they trying to get our money. And some of these loans, they just want to lock you in, give you interest rates and all these things. We got to be mindful of that. We got to watch out for some of these loans. He said pretty much if you can afford to take care of yourself currently, then that's what you got to do. Without, as long as you're making it. Yes, things may be tight. Pay your most important bills. Make sure you don't get kicked out. And another thing that I learned also the other day was that some of these different bills, some of them, they might be deferring some of the payments, but once this thing is over, it's just going to say, plat out. It's going to hit you all at once. And, that's a very scary thing. So, try to pay your utilities and do whatever that needs to be done. Also, one of the other topics, different things that could, I even thought about getting a job at Organic Market, Mom's Organic Market. As much as I shop there, honey, girl, I knew I was going to be saving me some money, honey. Okay, girl, because I be getting my shop on. Okay, some of the other things. Oh, people who are entrepreneurs. You're an entrepreneur for a reason. Entrepreneur means risk taker. Believe it, honey. We are taking a risk. If you're not gonna go out there and get you a regular job and beat the payment, do the 9 to 5 like everybody else, this is gonna be a risky time. This has already been foretold by many people. A lot of people, businesses are not going to survive during this time. So, we just have to keep striving and pushing, to our victory is the one. I know it's a gospel song by Red Brown Clark. We just can't lie down and let COVID-19 just wash us over and just fall out. Just give up throwing the towel during this time. And I tell people a lot of things, some of the different things that different salons and stuff can do. Focus a lot on products and selling online services. I know they have, for example, I'm working with someone now with a product line that I'm doing. I'm selling a lot of my different products and things like that. And I'm saying how lucrative that can be. But in particular, there was one lady, and this was like right when the whole COVID-19 hit, honey. And she said, this was compelling to me. Everybody else suffering, worrying about what they going to do on lockdown. Don't know if they going to sneak and do people here in their home. Don't know if they're going to be sneaking in their shops. Okay? They don't know what they're going to be doing. And she said something, girl, it almost, girl, I felt it in my shanada. It's a guy on 104.1. He says that when he feels something, he feels confirmation about a situation. And, she said, I just couldn't believe it. She said that just through making products, and yes, she said, yes, we might be going through, dealing with some of the COVID-19. But this lady, she has been able, even during this time, making $10,000 a week. So there is money to get made in ways for the bills to get paid, okay? We just have to open up our minds and, think outside of the box. A lot of people will have to probably start doing online consultations. I know I just got my practitioner's license in trichology, and some people have been using that, as a practitioner, saying that they are essential because many of us has went through a medical online academy. So just a lot of different ways and different creative ways people are trying to make money. I see some people selling T-shirts. I even see some stylists, they making masks, honey. Can't do nothing else, make a mask. I don't even care if you go outside on the and get you some T-shirts and sell them for $5 or $10 or $15. Just do something because again, this post COVID-19 thing is real. Corona is real, but the aftermath for businesses is even realer. So those